They'll be back next week, the nurse said gently, adjusting the four in my arm. Your family went on vacation. Vacation. That word echoed louder than the heart monitor beside my bed. I was in the ICU, tubes in my arms, oxygen burning my throat. My phone was face down on the tray, untouched for 3 days. No missed calls. No texts. No, are you alive?
Hi.
My name is Natalie, and while my doctors were deciding whether my lungs would recover, my family was posting beach photos.
Smiling.
Drinks in hand. Hashtags about finally relaxing. I stared at the ceiling and felt something inside me go very quiet. This wasn't the first time they'd chosen convenience over me. I paid the mortgage. I handled repairs. I cooked. I covered emergencies. And when I collapsed, literally collapsed, they packed their bags. On the 4th night, a nurse leaned close and whispered, "You shouldn't be alone." I almost laughed, because I wasn't alone. I had clarity. 2 weeks later, I signed the discharge papers myself. No one came to pick me up. I took a taxi home to the house I'd paid for and walked through it like a stranger. That was the night I made a decision. By the time they landed back home, there would be nothing left to come back to. The house was too quiet. No laughter from the kitchen. No TV murmuring in the background. Just the low hum of the refrigerator and the echo of my own breathing, still shallow from the ICU. I sat at the dining table and opened my laptop. Every bill, every deed, every insurance policy, all in my name. They liked to joke that I was the responsible one, the fixer, the backup plan. Turns out being responsible came with receipts. I called a realtor the next morning.
Calm. Direct.
Yes, I said. I want a fast sale. Furnished. As is. She hesitated. Is your family aware? I smiled at the phone. They're unavailable. While they were sipping cocktails and posting sunsets, strangers were walking through the living room, admiring the hardwood floors I refinished myself. I signed papers between follow-up appointments and breathing treatments. Each signature felt lighter than the last. I didn't tell anyone. Not my brother, who borrowed against the house. Not my mother, who treated it like a hotel. Not my aunt who said, "You'll never leave us. You're too loyal." By the time the offer came in, clean, full price, no contingencies, I didn't even flinch. I wired the proceeds into a new account. Then I booked a one-way ticket. Not far, just far enough. And when my family's plane touched down, I was already gone. They landed on Sunday. I know because I got a call from my old neighbor, Mrs. Delaney. "They're here," she whispered like we were in a spy movie. 6 suitcases. Your mom's yelling at the Uber driver. I thanked her and hung up, standing quietly by the ocean in Key West, cocktail in hand, my legs still weak but steadier than they'd felt in years. The first call came 2 hours later.
Mom.
Natalie. What's wrong with the lock? My key's not working. I stared at the sunset. Then my brother. Furious. What the hell did you do? Our stuff's gone. The realtor. She said you sold the house. I didn't answer. The next call was from a lawyer. Your family is threatening legal action. They claim the house was communal property. I forwarded him one email, a notarized copy of the deed transfer they all signed 5 years ago, under the illusion I'd hold it for safety. I hadn't forged anything. I hadn't stolen. I'd simply let them forget what they handed me. And now, with all their power games unraveling, they were left standing on a sidewalk, sunburned and confused. I ordered dinner to my suite and opened a book. They didn't even know where I was. But I knew where I'd never be again. On Monday, they found the Airbnb I used to list the house before the sale. It was empty now, of course. The furniture had gone to auction. But that didn't stop them from standing in the driveway, filming TikToks like war victims. My mom, fake crying. My brother pacing, red-faced. My aunt saying I was mentally unstable and on drugs. My cousin tagged me in the comments. She's not family. She's a traitor. I didn't respond, but I screenshotted everything. Because deep down, I knew what this was about. Not the house, not the betrayal. It was about losing their scapegoat. The woman who cooked, cleaned, paid the taxes, fixed the plumbing, hosted their birthdays, and swallowed every insult with a fake smile. That woman was dead. And the one left in her place didn't flinch when a lawyer called again, this time to offer mediation. They want to resolve things peacefully, he said. I asked, does peaceful include apologies and back rent? He hesitated. Didn't think so, I whispered, then hung up. By evening, my brother had posted an open letter online accusing me of elder abuse. The comments weren't what he expected. Turns out, people love a comeback story, especially one that starts in the ICU. They underestimated how much I'd changed. After I left the hospital, I didn't just heal, I trained. I studied. I moved in silence. For 6 years, I paid the mortgage they didn't know I was still covering. For 6 years, I fixed broken pipes, replaced old wiring, kept the place insurable, all while they threw parties and posted vacations I funded. I didn't want the house. I wanted peace. But when they left me to rot in a hospital bed, shivering in a gown soaked with fever, it clicked. They'd never see me as human, only as a resource. So I became a ghost. And ghosts don't ask for permission. The sale had been smooth. The buyers were a kind older couple who loved the neighborhood and offered cash. The wire cleared in 48 hours. Legally, the property had been mine alone for years. They just never read the fine print I'd paid to have drafted. Now, that oversight had turned into their eviction. By Wednesday, I'd received one final message from my mother. You've embarrassed this family for the last time. No anger. No remorse. Just control slipping. I didn't reply. Instead, I texted the new owners. Keys are under the mat. Welcome home. And I blocked every number tied to my past. The new owners wasted no time. By Friday morning, a moving truck arrived, followed by a locksmith. Within 2 hours, my family's access, keys, codes, garage remotes, all of it was gone. I watched from my car down the street, invisible behind tinted windows. When my parents pulled up that afternoon, their expressions were priceless. My mother's sunglasses slid down her nose as she stared at the unfamiliar truck. My father tried his key. Nothing. Then he pounded on the door like a stranger demanding entry. I could see him shout something about this being a mistake. But it wasn't. Not this time. A sweet older woman opened the door. She looked confused, then wary. Can I help you? She asked, calm but firm. My parents fumbled, stammered. My dad said, this is our home. The woman smiled gently. I think there's been a misunderstanding. We bought this home last week. From Natalie Cross. My mother's face dropped like someone cut the strings. She turned in slow horror, as if hoping she misheard. Natalie Cross. Not some lawyer. Not a banker.
Me.
They finally understood. They had pushed me out of a home I'd still been protecting. Until I stopped. And now, I'd returned. Not for them. For myself. I put the car in drive and pulled away, unseen. Because the final blow was still coming. And it wouldn't be loud. It would be surgical. They tried everything. First came the threats. We'll sue. We'll expose you. Then the guilt. We raised you. This is how you repay us. But I'd heard those lines before. When I was 11 and forgot to stir the soup. When I was 15 and didn't iron Dad's shirts fast enough. When I was 21 and paid the bills, but not with a smile. This wasn't new. It was just louder now. They showed up at my apartment once. I didn't answer. Then again, banging for 15 minutes straight, until the building manager threatened to call the cops. That was the last time they came in person. Because the next week my final move landed. Remember all those vacations they took with my credit card?
Yeah.
I'd kept every receipt. Every charge, every wire transfer, every ATM withdrawal in cities I'd never visited. I'd also had a quiet meeting with a tax attorney 2 months prior. The kind who doesn't blink when you say, fraud investigation. Turns out listing me as their dependent while draining my accounts wasn't smart. The IRS letter went out that Friday. And as much as I wanted to see their faces when it arrived, I didn't need to. Because by Saturday morning, their accounts were frozen. And I hadn't even touched the trust fund yet. They always said I'd be nothing without them. Turns out, they were nothing without me. By the time the IRS froze their accounts, the country club had already revoked their membership for missed dues. The car payments bounced. Their phone lines were cut off. Their reputation? Unraveling by the hour. And me? I was on a beach in Santorini, barefoot in the sand, watching my son collect seashells while I sipped something cold under the sun. Not because I was rich, though I was now, but because I had finally stopped paying for people who never saw me. They'd wanted me to cook, clean, fund, bow. I let them believe I would. Then I rewrote every line of the script they'd assigned me. The childhood home they laughed about selling?
Gone.
The fake smiles at family gatherings?
Gone.
The daughter who let herself be used? She didn't survive the ICU.
I did.
And the woman who walked out of that hospital rewrote her story. No screaming. No lawsuits. No staged confrontations. Just strategy. Patience. Precision. When my old phone buzzed with one final email, a desperate apology, soaked in excuses, I didn't even open it. I deleted it. Permanently. Then I looked at my son. And I smiled. Because breaking free wasn't the end of the story. It was the beginning.